Hey guys, what's up? I wanted to take a quick minute and talk about why is health so complicated. I mean, look at the world today, and we buy millions of dollars of supplements a year. Vitamin C, vitamin D3, vitamin A, vitamin K, folic acid, you name it. All these vitamins and nutrients are found in food. And when you really think about it, what has happened to where we have to supplement so many things? I like supplements. I'm not against them. I use them, but I use them in specific applications. I don't just buy the newest trend. I think it out. I see what my body needs, what I'm not processing, what I'm not manufacturing is enough of. Biofeedback is what I use to determine what vitamins I buy, supplements. But what's happened? I mean, I'm sure if you've studied anything about Native Americans or people of the past, life expectancy may have not been as long as it is now, but life quality was far better. People in the Indian and Native American and indigenous populations, I mean, they were running, they were hunting, they were fighting deep into their life. Now you have people that may live to be 80 or 90, but when's the last time they walked? When's the last time they went out and fully was able to use their mind? It's very few. That's why we're so fascinated with news stories and headlines about someone who's 90 years old and can still walk around, and who made it to 100 and still has control of their intellect. So what has happened? What's changed? What's changed is the quality of our food. When you look back into the history and not so far past, people were growing their nutrients from the real earth, from soil that had been fertilized by nature, by mountains, by minerals and dust that was full of microbes and all the forms that life needs to be beneficial to us. I made a video earlier today about the sun and how important it and the soil's synergy is, how much they work together to create grass, which is the source of all usable bioenergy. Okay, the grass world, the plant kingdom, is the only thing that can take the sun's energy and transfer it and make it into something that we as humans and other animals can use. Yeah, a lot of people don't think about that, but all the energy on this earth comes from the sun, every bit of it. So we need to go back to the basics, and we need to see how these people of the past were so vibrant, were so vigorous, and could live maybe not as long as we do now with medical technology, but they lived a better and more quality life physically and in health. And it's because they ate grass, I mean, they ate nutrients, they ate food sources that were fed by the earth and how it was intended. I'm not totally against synthetics. I'm not completely against technology and advancements in the food industry. I'm against 90% of it. But if something's been tested over 100 years, 80 to 100 years, and it showed no negative benefits or no negative side effects against the long term health of someone, and it has some benefits, then yeah, I can jump on that train. I'm not natural just to be natural, I'm logical. And what we have created is a farming and food industry that creates food, vegetables that we see and are advertised and marketed to as vegetables. These are good, these are healthy, eat your greens. But they're not. They're grown and harvested on the same soil, the same patch of land that has been used for years and years, and it's been depleted of its microbes and trace mineral sources. That's why they have to bring in synthetic fertilizers and all these things. And what it does is it creates a fake food product that your body doesn't fully recognize. So you're confusing your body, you're making digestion more difficult. And if you don't believe me, if you believe some of this science hype that defends it, I even saw Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I love him. He's an awesome, brilliant man, but he was commenting on GMOs and genetically modified foods, and he was basically supporting it, saying we've been doing that for thousands of years. I disagree, and I'm not as intelligent and as scholarly advanced as Neil deGrasse, but I think he's talking more specifically about selective breeding. We have selectively bred and artificially come in and selected through artificial selection what plants we want to thrive. So we see these wild tomatoes that maybe look this big, they're tart and sour, they're not tasty, and you find the best one, you clone, you breed, you keep doing that. That's different from what we're doing today in the world. We are synthetically, laboratory, scientifically advancing and creating nutrients and new foods that are more tasty than nutritious. And with the reason we're programmed to love the taste of sugars and those bad fats is because in our past, in our ancestry, those were rarities. You know, when we found honey, it was programmed in us to enjoy it while we could, to get that glucose, to get that glycogen and all that stuff into our body. But it wasn't meant to be a staple of our diet. Never was. Corn is not meant to be only empty starches, you know, simple carbs. Even though it tastes great and sweet, that has no nutrient value in it. Even though it may be a food, a real food source, corn's not what it used to be. And I'm just rambling now, but the point is nutrition should be simple and supplements should be limited. If you're eating foods that are grown from a real soil-based, healthy soil-based process. If you're taking your plants and your vegetables and you're growing them on soil that is filled with microbes and your 32 plus trace minerals, copper, zinc, and all these things, then you don't need to take all those vitamins because your plant that you eat will be full of it. And if you're eating meats, cow, pork, chicken, whatever it may be, if they are eating from the earth what they naturally should be eating, you don't need to waste so much money on these supplements. You'll be getting more nutrients than you've ever received in this modern day diet. There's a million documentaries. Check them out. There's the Food Inc. There's Super Size Me. That's a great documentary. But the proof is in the world. Look at the quality of life that people who argue against all this organic, natural way. I saw a documentary of a guy who was saying that eating meat is bad. You know, it's terrible for our health. We're not physiologically built. We haven't evolved to eat meat. We shouldn't eat meat. It's detrimental to our health. And you know, he goes back to a lot of scientific sources and a lot of citations, and they're great. And this guy who was giving the speech, or I watched him give his speech, or what do you want to call it, his presentation. You know, he was giving a live presentation to an audience, and he was one of the head directors of the health and science departments of like National Geographic or Discovery Channel or something like that. He was overweight. Sitting there talking about how he's only vegan. He hasn't ate meat in 18 years. And it just fascinated me. I'm not insulting him or trying to talk about his reputation because he's overweight. I'm just saying, if you want to learn something, learn from those who apply it and learn from those who are doing it. If you want to learn about health, go to somebody who's healthy and start with them. Don't start with somebody who's unhealthy. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Take it easy. Peace out. Follow me on grassfedliving.com, please. Like, post, share, comment. I think that's it. Take it easy, guys.